Writing Japanese is hard. I know what you're thinking. Duh, Josh, it's Japan. When they go in, they go all in. But it's worse than you think. It's ridiculously, ridiculously hard. Whoosh. Growing up, I was a language nut. Look at me making this video. Guess I still am. Through the years, I spent time learning this script and these scripts and these ones. Some time learning this and even more with, alright, you get it. And then I went for Japanese. See, in the US there's this flu that goes around. It's called Japanophilia. Catch it and you're off reading manga, watching anime, and eating the kind of sushi with the fish that's all on the top, like... I was committed though. I headed for the library and straight to the Japanese books. This was back when the new library was being built, so they were holding books hostage in this dingy place with no AC. The books are all shuffled around down on these low shelves, you know, the ones that are like below your knee level, all on the ground. So I do my ninja band and I scan the area for resources. Fluffy book about Japanese is for everybody? Pass. Easy Japanese in 5 seconds a day? Pass. Cartoon cat, yay, by the way, you'll learn some Japanese, I promise. Double pass. But then there it was, the biggest, the heaviest, the densest textbook in the entire section. Modern Japanese Book 1, Grammar Lessons. It called my name. It said, Ikimashou. So I rush home, I bust open the book, and it hits me with syllables. My first thoughts are, well, the optimist in me comes out and says, oh, these look so fun and Japanesey. But guess what the pessimist in me said? That's like 76 more symbols than I want to memorize. Yeah, the pessimist inside me is an Oni who's a fast counter. The optimist won out, and for good reason. It was actually less of a hassle than it looked like at first. Just 46 characters in total, on account of some of the syllables turned out to be duplicates with too little voicing slashies added to their heads. Even better, I was told this is technically all I needed to know to write every Japanese sound. That's all the syllables the language has, thanks to Japanese being all neat and orderly in the way it lays out syllables. And that's great, until I find out that the friendly syllables are lies. Like when the T plus E syllable is actually chi, and then the T plus U syllable is tsu. Or when this, and this actually sound like that, and that. The more I read, the more Japanese was saying, but wait, there's more! More compound syllables, more double consonants, more historical syllables they were hiding from me and just forgot to mention, asterisk mark all over the place. But hey, historical spelling and complicated workarounds? I come from English, baby, and that's how we write. Plus, I just did a whole rant on Tibetan, so I can handle some clunky syllables. Besides, compared to how Japanese syllables used to be written, it's all super regular, so that's a relief. Without giving me time to breathe, they tell me that for each one of these syllables, I'm actually going to have to learn 2 characters. Yes, Japanese has 2 syllabaries. The one I spent hours sweating over was hiragana. These are the same syllables written in katakana. So are hiragana and katakana for writing different sounds? Nope. The syllabaries don't do anything different. Then when do I use this one or that one? Oh, just keep in mind that they're used for different syllables in different contexts. Japanese is very context sensitive after all. Smile. But none of that is what makes Japanese tough. It's when they introduced yet another mixed in script that things start getting serious. I mean, seriously serious. Roll the clocks back to the day Japan learned to write. They learned it from China. And learning to write from China meant memorizing thousands of characters just to read the basics. Yeah, well, unlike other places that learned their penmanship skills from that formidable cultural powerhouse that was the Middle Kingdom, Japan held on to its long master list of Chinese characters. Oh, they held on to it real tight. They're called kanji, and they're the backbone of Japanese. Even those syllabaries I was learning came from simplified versions of some of these characters. At first, they passed this kanji stuff off as a third native system. You know, you got your hiragana, your katakana, your kanji. And instead of different characters for different syllables, these are just different characters for different words. You know, like how you learn to say new vocabulary when you're learning other languages. With kanji, you get to learn to draw your new vocabulary too. So exciting. That's when I learned about a dictionary with more than 50,000 characters to play with. That's a lot of characters. I think it was maybe more of a mind game to make me okay with what came next. Don't worry, I was told. You could do all right reading basic Japanese if you just learned a couple thousand characters. Just a couple thousand. I guess I was supposed to say, 50,000's a lot. In that case, 2,000 should be a walk in the Zen garden. Are you not supposed to walk in those? Comb through the Zen garden, maybe? They even downgraded me again, telling me I could pat myself on the back for just mastering the basics if I made it through the first 1,006 characters. 1,006. Yeah, this was slow. It was time-consuming. They started me with these simple real-world examples like trees, suns, and moons, and they looked off, but if you squint your eyes, you could see it. But it was more trickery. After a couple hundred, it started to be really clear that most kanji aren't drawings of the words I was learning at all. No way. It took me a while, but I figured out what was going on. They're like playing charades with somebody who has a very specific word in mind, but refuses to give you any good hints. And the clues you do get are like way out of date. Like, one word, something to do with trees. Okay, sounds like or. Got it? Nobody? Nobody? Oh, I'm sorry. The answer was table. See, the thing you missed was that or sounds like board, which is an old word for table, obviously. Yeah, most kanji are this kind of strange combination of a sounds like piece with the something to do with piece. Except that the sounds like might not sound like the thing it's supposed to sound like, and the something to do with can have absolutely nothing logically to do with what the character means. It's no good waving these complexities aside by saying that, well, it's a lot to learn, but at least you're fundamentally just learning a character for each basic word. For one, a single character might mean a bunch of different things when it combos with other characters. It can even mean a bunch of different things on its own. Even worse for beginners, though, there's more than one way to pronounce almost every single one of these characters. Japanese is very context sensitive, after all. Wink, smile. And that is the problem with kanji. They aren't just kanji. They're a bunch of problems all mixed together. It's the most bizarrely complicated writing system within a system ever devised by humankind. And next time I'll show you exactly what it was about kanji that really pushed me over the edge. I like having you here spending some time with me thinking about the world's toughest writing system. Stick around and subscribe for language.